We are the board appearing students and we have a lot of apprehensions regarding the new exam changes format and the introduction of competency-based questions. Who would be the best to clear our haze of doubts and give us right guidance other than our Reverend Principal Sir? So, this is Ayushi from class 12, W School. Wants to start this interactive doubt clearing session, opening with enlightening us on the latest exam changes format according to New Education Policy 2020.
Thank you so much, first of all, dear children, that you people have thought about to ask such a burning issue nowadays in the education domain of students' life. That's the competency-based education. So before I move ahead about the assessment and the further deepening to make its concept clear, I would like to let you know about competency education means what? Competency education means outcome-based education, proficiency-based education, mastery-based education. Means if you go to the real meaning of the competency, you find three word counts. The first is knowledge, second is skill, and the third is dispositions like attitude, behavior, your belief systems. When you combine all these three, knowledge, skill, and the rest of the attitude approach, then the word competency actually has its own clear meaning. I'll give you one example. You want to drive a car, and if I say you remember A, B, C, means on XT, if all the controls in your life, you have A means accelerator, then brake comes, and then clutch comes, along with control of your gears. If you have all the knowledge, theoretical knowledge, will it be possible for you to drive the car? If you just have a knowledge, until unless you are not able to apply this knowledge, means you require the skill to apply this knowledge, then you definitely will be able to drive the car. After even learning the skill, now you will have a choice whether you want to become a competent driver or you want to become a driver who actually becomes a victim of many lives on the road. Choice is yours, belief is yours, attitude is yours. So what kind of the attitude you are carrying to process your knowledge into the skill, that's the most important part. So dear children, if you want to become the competent person, then definitely knowledge, skill, and with what kind of the positive attitude you process your knowledge, you will become the competent person. Now, as you ask, dear children, what kind of the reforms with respect to the examination, it is there. I want to let you know. Earlier, the reforms, whatever the policies, the practices of the education, where teacher was into the center. Now, according to the new education policy and the national curriculum framework, they want to formalize all the practices keeping the child into the center. So, dear children, of this education policy and reforms, we want to make you competent for tomorrow's world. So that is what the purpose of this learning and assessment.
Good afternoon, sir. Myself, Shreya Sharwar from Standard 10th. I would like to ask a doubt that I have. That what is the rationale behind the introduction of competency-based questions in the latest exam format?
That's great. It's a nice question. See, if you talk about the rationales, about what are the belief system behind bringing this particular concept in the education system, the most important is that is what individualized learning. Every child is unique. Every child is different. So, whatever we want to provide, whether it is learning pedagogies or keeping all the styles and the speed of a particular child, that we shall have to keep in the mind while providing you this kind of the approach. So dear child, when you are asking me the rationale, the first and the foremost important is that the learning should be on individual based learning. हर बच्चा अलग उस बच्चे की यूनिकनेस को ध्यान में रखते हुए what actually is required, that should be the way to make the child equipped. That is one thing. You should be flexible in approach, keeping the future in the mind. Whatever the changes are taking place, with those changes, what kind of the flexibility is required, we should be able to make all the strategies adaptable. So remember, this is certain things which are very very important for keeping this kind of the competency based learning approach. So these are the certain belief systems, or you can say the rational or the characteristics for the competency based education is important. So accordingly, equity means what all the different strategies are required for reaching to the common benchmark. That is another essence of this particular approach. Every child needs different approaches. If we apply, suppose you have to see across this wall and the three different students are standing of the different age, right? All they will have to see across the wall. If we provide a common platform, the child who has the shortest height won't be able, even standing on the same platform, to look across the wall. For that, we have to adjust the platforms according to the height of the child so that each one can visualize along the wall or against the wall. So, dear students, remember this is something very, very important. Every child needs a different kind of the learning requirements, and keeping his or her learning requirements, we are actually providing our pedagogies as a mentors, right? Yes.
Good afternoon, sir. Myself, Hargun Arora from class 10th. My concern is we know that this is the largest educational transformation agenda in India in 13 years, that the pattern of exam is changed completely. So, is it advantageous for students of all caliber?
Yes, that's the beauty of this change, where every child matters. No child should left behind. That is the mindset of our all the policy makers behind constructing this particular policy. Dear child, as you ask whether the child is according to the every child has one or the other competencies. Every child is different. We cannot say the child who's not getting a good marks is not competent. Sorry. That kind of the mindset we shall have to change now, because each one of you have one or the other skills which is going to help you to construct your life tomorrow. So this reform, where every child needs what kind of the help, what kind of the strategies, what kind of the teaching learning process, or what are different chances should be provided to you. That is what the now role actually has to execute the schools and the teachers. Along with the change of the mindset of parents towards their children are very, very important nowadays. The expectation what they are having from their child. They should know each child is very unique. So every child has one or the other capabilities. So keeping the capabilities and the area where the child has to improve, that should be absolutely clear to the teachers, the child himself or herself, along with the support of the parents are equally important for this. So I should say, yes, it is definitely going to help, because different type of the assessments are there. It is not the final, only the summative evaluation when you are going to show your skills. No, during the process, we are going to show your feedbacks. We are going to provide you the feedbacks, and accordingly, you are changing your reflective approaches and you are making you equipped. So, the competency based education believes in the process, not only final destination. Right?
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Chandra and I am from class 10, Ravel School. Sir, my question is the competency based question also includes the response based question. So, what are these kind of questions and how could we solve them?
Yes. Now you have asked me your real pain points. Okay. So I want to let you know, dear child, the first most important thing. If you have a wish to learn, that's not required. If you have desire, even if it is not fulfill your what you really want to achieve, you must have burning desire. The first most important thing, if really you want to equip to yourself for tomorrow, you must have the burning desire to learn. That means the mindset, dynamics of your mindset is very, very important. That you should be eager to learn. I hope you understand. That's a first means competency says what attitude you have. So the attitude towards a learning. Now next, you should have a skill. Learn how to learn. Learn how to learn. So for that purpose, you should have the real techniques, smart techniques. How you can really, and for example, nowadays we talk about spaced learning. We talk about flipped learning. We talk about reflective practices. What all these things are there? Means that because your brain, until unless you are not clear about your brain acquisitions, how your brain works, then definitely your cognitive skills, your learning paths will not be that much effective as it is required. So, dear child, the first is your mindset. The second, you should know about the techniques, note taking techniques. How you can actually, at the time when the teachers are teaching you in the class, what kind of the approach you should have at the time, what kind of the questions you should be ready to ask. Because flip learning, before the teacher starts a topic, before that you will have to have it. One review about the topic what the teacher is going to teach you in the class. At the time when the teacher is teaching to you, ready about your doubts. Then, after when the teacher has taken the complete explanation, when you go back, then you should know what technique should be there for the repetition, revision. So, right revision, the spaced learning. The first revision should be within 24 hours. Next revision should be within 72 hours. The third revision should be within a week. And the fourth revision is required. Because as you move ahead towards from first to the fourth revision, you are going to utilize the time requirement that is going to squeeze. The first revision will take maximum time. The last revision will take the minimum time. So that smartness you should have. At the time when the teachers are taking, whether you are able to design the mapping, conceptual maps, how you are taking the notes, that is also going to design about it. So certain techniques of learning how to learn is going to help you a lot. Right?
Good afternoon, sir. Myself, Suchita from class 12. My concern is what are the new methods in which our mentors are going to prepare us for this new edition of competency based questions?
That's good. Because this competency-based questions or competency-based learning is not only for the students, of course, it's equally important for the teachers, right? So, as I asked you also, the change mindset. Similarly, the mindset of the teachers to apply the or whatever the requirements or policies which has come through the new education policy or the new national curriculum framework. It is very, very important that the mindset should be changed of the teachers also. When they enter the class, they must keep one thing in their mind, whether they are going to teach the subject or they are going to teach or learn from students also. Whether they are going to teach the student, then they will have the sensitivity in their heart. To whomsoever I am going to teach, my child should be ready for the VUCA world. VUCA means volatile, uncertain, complex, ambiguity where it is. So all these kind of challenges tomorrow my child is going to face. Not only he or she is going to face for the one question paper. I have to prepare for my child for the tomorrow. So when this mindset will be there with the mentors, then definitely they will evolve the different kind of the techniques, pedagogies to construct the knowledge of the student. So I definitely believe into it. The role of the teachers are now, it's very, very important when they have to apply all the reforms, keeping the competency-based education in the mind. If you talk about the certain techniques, what the teacher should apply, they should be very much clear about how the Bloom's taxonomy, of course, this is a new term for you children, but for the teachers, if you ask, they know about it. how you can make the students actually equipped from remembering to understanding, understanding to apply, apply to analyze, and through this analysis, how you are changing and making the students equipped for constructing the knowledge, creating the knowledge. This kind of the questions actually is going to be a part of your examination, because now you will have to face the 50% question paper based on the HOTS type of the questions, means competency based questions, higher order thinking skill based questions. So that is what they are going to have, all those active verbs which is lying in the upper segment of the Bloom taxonomy. That means many questions will be there which is going to expect the answer that you will have to apply the critical thinking. Without analysis, you cannot actually construct your knowledge in the given new environment. So, dear children, simply cramming based methods, simply recall based learning is not going to be enough for teachers as well as for students. So, this is very, very important. The teachers will have to prepare the students for applying the knowledge, for processing the knowledge, as well as for constructing the knowledge in the new setup, in the new environment, in the given situation. And for that, I am sure in your school the teachers are trying their level hard. Yeah.
Good morning, sir. This is Kavya from class 10. My doubt is that how can competency-based education be implemented on a daily basis percolating into the student's school life?
That's true. It's not only for your English, Hindi, maths. It's not only for your scholastic life, because once you are in a school, it's just like a botanical garden. The school is just where the different types of the plants are there. And all those different plants, they require a different kind of the environment for nurturing and growth. And your school is absolutely the right place for this purpose, because we are trying our level best to create the safe and happy environment for the students where you can nurture, where you can be nurtured through all those kind of the all policies of the school or practices of the school, which will help you in developing your mind, body, heart, and soul. It's not only the matter of your what? The academic goals. This is the matter of your complete personality. For us, you are the assets. You are ambassadors. You are our future. And when we talk about the future, we cannot only focus on your academic goals. For us, the learning outcomes for our own each child, it's with respect to the scholastic, with respect to post-scholastic, with respect to the popular life, all aspects. Tomorrow your life skills should be so strong. The learning outcomes of your our life skills, it should be in such a manner that tomorrow, if again the time, any time the challenges like the pandemic comes, so my each child should stand. My each child should be ready to stand again even after 100 of the falls. So that kind of a tough mindset and the growth mindset behavior is needed. And for what the school is. Yeah.
Yes, sir. So I would like to ask a question. So are all these regular assessments are a part or a step towards the new type of questions?
Yes. You know, dear child, formative assessment and summative evaluation. These two terms are there. If you are cooking a dish, you are preparing a dish, and while preparation, if you taste, that's the formative assessment. Similarly, what the teachers have designed here, they have started taking the cyclic tests. Means after finishing the small chunks, small topic. You know, Kaizen, Kaizen. Kaizen is the approach where the big problem is in the small chunks. Similarly, we are trying to take the feedback, from the students and want to give you back the feedback. What actually the area of the further learning is required, where the area where you have to be more cemented your knowledge. That should be on the regular basis. Means we believe in process. We believe your journey of learning should be happy without any extra burden. So that's very, very important. When we have to prepare for the competent, as a competent person tomorrow, then we should have to construct your complete personality with all small faculties to be developed, whether again I say with complete holistic approach of your mind, body, heart, and soul. Right, Jay?
Sir, my doubt is, are these competency-based questions a good way to eradicate the cramming method?
Definitely. Because first of all, this word competency, if you understand the real essence of the competency, then definitely you must have seen that not only the knowledge is going to help you. If you cram only any kind of a topic at the time of the exam, simply you just reveal whatever the knowledge you have at the time in black and white, it is not going to help you much, because now the kind of the questions are in such a way where you will have to process your knowledge, because they are going to provide you different kind of case studies. They are going to ask you the different kind of the questions where you will have to see about the evaluation in such a manner where the critical thinking is applied. You have to analyze the situation. Until this your learning is not deep learning, then you will not be able to process your knowledge properly even at the time of the examination. So that's what these kind of the questions where they are providing you different opportunity to use your both left and the right brain, right? That's what I'm saying. It is going to help you to keep you away from the rote methods. Just on the base of the recall, you are not going to equip to your complete personality even for examination as well as for your life. That's very, very important. Yeah.
Please throw some light on the disadvantages as everything has its own pros and cons.
Dear child, it all depends on our again mindset. What kind of a personality I am? Because if you try to find out, if I keep to myself in your position as a student and you find it, the 50% HOTS questions will be there, which has been asked from the Cbse, and you say now the question paper is going to be very tough. If you bring the word tough in your mind, definitely you are a part of the problem. You are not a part of a solution. You are not actually realizing about it that when the real problems will in front of your life, it is not a question paper. You suppose you have 10 questions and the different all the mathematics 10 questions are the different problems. You don't know what next problem will be in front of you of your life also. So today when you are appearing in the question paper and you are solving these all problems, with all kind of your approaches and the skills and the attitude whatever you have nurtured, tomorrow you will definitely encounter the problem of your life also. And at that particular time, if you are not competent, if you don't have that kind of the training to face the different actually the challenges with right away with respect to your knowledge, skills and the positive attitude, I must tell you, at a time when you face the further problems of your life, you also face yourself disheartened. So, choice is ours. Whether you want to take up all negativities from this concept or you think in a big picture, in a big preview for your life. So, this particular competency is not for the sake of the examination, to just to score the marks is not the life. Life is beyond that. And I want that you should think about to become a competent personality.
Sir, my concern is that are there any specific resources recommended by Cbse to help students prepare for the competency focused questions?
Yes, Cbse is nowadays is taking a lots of efforts. Handbook for the students is very much available on the site of the Cbse, cbse.nic.in, where they have given the ample informations about each and every all those aspects which are related to the students. If you talk about what all the platforms are available, I must tell you the most important platform, that app is there, Cbse Kaddos, that is available, right? Where they are helping you psychologically also. Not only about how you have to construct your knowledge, they are preparing you as a person also. So, dear child, if you say many other things are available where the learning objectives are available, learning outcomes are available, what's expectation in examination with respect to the different subjects. Your all the question papers, mock question papers, time to time the Cbse provide, which gives you the complete light what kind of the question paper you are going to face in your final examination. They are preparing the teachers, your mentors, very vigorous. Professional development programs are being thrown by the Cbse to all the schools of the nation. It has become mandatory for every teacher to undergo minimum 50 hours training in one session. So that means they are equipping to the mentors also, because they know if the mentors are equipped, children will definitely be a part of the same system.
Sir, would you be kind enough to give advice for the students who are appearing for the board exams?
All those students are going for the board examination. First of all, I would like to convey, yes, my dear child, it's just one exam. That's the mindset you will have to use it. But yes, it's very important, because after this examination, after the board examination of the class 12, you will have to face the world, the real world outside, when you're going to see your actually ambitions to be fulfilled with respect to your career. But if you talk about the particular examination, you should be absolutely ready to know about what all changes are there. You should be always in the touch of your subject teachers and immediately ask your problems without delay. Time management is very, very important. You should know the techniques I've already discussed in how you can retain your knowledge, because teaching is the best way of learning. If you can construct your knowledge by peer teaching, you can teach to each other, friends. And when you are having the reflective approach of your learning, then you won't have any kind of a pressure at the time of the examination, because it is not going to be new for you. So you don't worry about that. You keep your positive mindset, you keep calm and composed. Your energy should be retained. Your food habits, very, very important now, right? You should have the proper yoga in your life so that you can retain your energy. You can utilize your energy constructively. So your lifestyle, it matters a lot. So what kind of the food, not only the physical I'm talking about the food, your mental food is nowadays very, very important, because the technology has come in your life very vigorously. So how you are keeping the balance in your screen time, your real time and your real time, right? So that kind of all these beauty of your nowadays, which is in front of you as a challenges, the different challenges of a teenagers. Yes, if you are equipping to that, then definitely, and for that purpose, we all are with you always. You are not alone, irrespective in whatever the position you are, irrespective whatever the results will be there. In every case, we parents and teachers will always stand by you, right? So always be positive and happy, most important.
Thank you so much, sir, for lifting this weight of doubts and confusions from us. Indeed, this session was knowledgeable for us and for other students who are facing similar situations like us. Thank you so much for your precious time.
Thank you so much, my dear. And I want to, through you, want to convey to your parents also, whenever they listen, whatever the doubts you have today, this may be the doubts of the parents also. So I am sure this interaction is going to definitely be fruitful for all of us. And thank you so much from my side to you people, that you are a part of my journey of life. Thank you so much, my dear children. God bless you.